The Global Dressage Forum North America, the ultimate educational experience where champions meet. DressageClinic.com. A world of knowledge at your fingertips.
In Florida, a wonderful day to just sit, relax, and enjoy the passion we all share. And now to continue our afternoon program, we have with us a very special woman, Susanne von Dietze, who is a native of Germany, now living with her family in Israel, where she is training, riding, and competing up to the international FEI level. She is a physiotherapist, a riding instructor, a certified judge and trainer for dressage and show jumping horses. She is also recognized as an author of many books and DVDs. Her books are available at Trafalgar Square Press at the booth there, beautifully illustrated books. She is also a clinician in many countries, very sought after. She is actively involved in educating trainers in Germany and Israel. Her unique knowledge and understanding of horse and human physiology gives her a very special insight, which is extremely helpful for riders of all disciplines and levels to improve their riding. We made sure that we could appoint her to come here today to be with us here, and we feel very confident that you will find her lecture extremely informative and knowledgeable. I'm sure it's going to influence your riding. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Susanne von Dietze. Susanne, we're very happy to have you here. We know we traveled a long way from Israel through Germany to be here with us today. But we got microphone, sir? Okay?
Yes, okay.
All right. So you were saying, yes, you traveled from Germany and Israel, and you had some adventures getting here?
Yes, it takes some effort took some effort to come here. But as you say, if the way is hard, then you enjoy it even more.
Yeah, I understand that you were stuck. Where was it that you?
Charlotte.
In Charlotte, and you had to sleep overnight at the airport, etc. What an adventure! Well,
Yes.
We're so happy you made it. Now tell me, I know that in your life, your upbringing, the environment that you grew up in had a lot of influence in what you're doing today and where you are. Tell us about this.
Well, first of all, I must say a big thank you to my parents. I keep saying one has to be very careful in choosing your parents. I was very careful.
Yeah.
My father was an old cavalrist. Being an army officer, I grew up with all the traditions of the old cavalry education. My mother, being a teacher for sport and a physiotherapist, and she was a riding instructor too, with the old-fashioned habit of only riding side saddle in dressage and show jumping and hunting. So I grew up with a very old-fashioned but traditional classical education in dressage. Like for one little incident, when I wanted to ride my first test on a double bridle, I had to come and ride a level 2 test with the reins in one hand. Only then I was allowed to use the double bridle, because only then my riding and my seat was good enough to push the horse into later the straight curb bit.
Yeah.
So these were some of these old traditions I grew up with, and not everything in the cavalry was bad.
Right.
There's a lot of it is coming out as a really, really good knowledge today. My father himself was injured in Stalingrad and spent over 2 years in a wheelchair. Out of a joke, friends put him back on a horse, and he went the next day to the doctor, who always wanted to amputate him because he had pain in the leg. Well, he died 2 years ago, aged 91, and he was still riding.
Fantastic.
And walking.
And walking.
So my parents started the therapeutic riding in Germany, and I grew up with both the therapeutic riding and the sport riding, hand in hand. So it was very close that I started learning physiotherapy and riding. And in my physiotherapy training, I kept explaining in every technique we learned, oh, it's just like in riding. And when I was in Warendorf and passed my Trainer A exam, I realized that we learned a hell of a lot of the anatomy of a horse's hip, how to train a horse, how to retrain a horse, how to work with that. But of the rider, we learned how it had to look.
Right.
And I got very good on my instructing, which today has changed, but my instructing was pointing out all the faults, seeing everything the rider did wrong, not seeing how to fix it.
Right.
And I realized that my unique knowledge, that if someone rides with his toes out, it doesn't help him to tell him toes in, it may help to change the position of the hip.
Makes sense?
Yeah? That this knowledge of anatomy and physiology needs to get put into the riding. And that's how I came to write this first book, Balance and Movement. And I didn't know it would take off, get translated into 7 languages, and take me around the world like it's doing now.
Well, here you are with us today.
But thank God I wrote it, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Well, we have received various emails from people around the country that follow you and are dedicated to all your work, etc. And we have this question here that came to us from San Diego, California, from Jess Havey. And the question is, riders and trainers from many disciplines seek out your knowledge. What is it that you bring to a lesson that seems to bridge disciplines in such a special way? How can aspiring teachers develop that skill?
Well, this is a very complex question. We could build a whole lecture on that. But I am involved into training of trainers. And I keep getting told that I have a unique way of keeping it simple. Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid.
That's
yes.
one of the favorite sentences of my husband. It really means that all this complexity that movement contains needs to be put into a picture that makes sense. And allowing or seeing the correct point of where to start. There is no rule book to it. It would be so easy if
The Global Dressage Forum North America, the ultimate educational experience where champions meet.
DressageClinic.com. A world of knowledge at your fingertips. DressageClinic.com is an educational website that allows you to enter the world of dressage training through videos of top-seeded international dressage trainers, riders, and lecturers. Experience the mastery of some of the world's top trainers from the privacy of your own virtual ringside seat as they guide you through all facets of dressage discipline, sharing their valuable insights and instructions. The upcoming new video section is updated each month to provide you with information on the latest training videos to be showcased on the site. The special features section gives you easy access to the training videos that are currently available online, while the search training section allows you to find videos based on a wide variety of categories. Membership to DressageClinic.com provides you with instant access to an international array of recognized trainers from the United States, Canada, Germany, Holland, Belgium, Spain, and many other countries, each sharing their knowledge on a wide variety of educational and informative subjects.